Alright, so today is the Romans. If you didn't already know, this would be my second video, and for me, this is my favorite map. It's Arena. I like this because it's straightforward, to the point. Get huge, beat each other up. For the most part, that tends to be how it goes. So, for me, I'm the Romans. The Burgundians are my favorite civ. I just like trying some new things out. I bought this, and it's kind of funny how my favorite civs are the pay-to-play wins, or civs, and some say pay-to-win. But yeah, it's because the Burgundians were one of the first DLCs in the definitive edition of Age of Empires, and then this one is one of the more recent playable civ purchases. The most recent was the Royal Mountaineers DLC, Mountaineers, whatever. Royal Airs, doesn't matter. But that one's the Armenians and the Jordans, who I've wanted to purchase a few times, but at the end of the day, there's too many people that play the Georgians, and all the pro videos I see of the Armenians doesn't really work out, and my biggest thing is speed, mobility, and aggression are nice, as opposed to a pure bipedal army. So anyways, quick civ overview, I suppose. So the Romans are a blended land naval civilization. I'm absolutely horrible with water, so while arguably I'm losing a segment of this, it isn't in fact anything too crazy, right? Just in the sense of, unlike most naval featured civs, this one can 100% stand as land. So they have a couple really special features, of which one became standard to everybody. But the first of which, just to get into that, so their scorpions, just like their historical backing, are a very welcomed and suggested component of your military composition. Scorpions have a few vulnerabilities, mangonels, fast units. You gotta get to critical mass for them to be useful, but what makes the Romans interesting, the minimum range is reduced from 2 to 1, so think skirmisher, but obviously way more oomph in terms of minimum range. And then also, it benefits from ballistics, which used to be an exclusive, but then it became, and every civilization can have that benefit, and I think that's fine, you know, because ironically, in spite of that, I wouldn't call it a nerf, but a share of power, you actually can fire 33% faster, which is unlike anybody else, per se, because no one else can fire that fast. So, Khmer, the KHMER, civ, another good one, the Celts with more health, and easier to mass with their faster siege workshop production, and the Chinese with rocketry with +4 attack. In spite of all that, the Romans still best everybody in regards to the best scorpion, just one-on-one, and so on and so forth. Now, that could be part of the military composition, but they have other options too. So their infantry, instead of the champion, which is the final upgrade of their men-at-arms, the only unit you can build in Dark Age, but the men-at-arms, instead of the champion, which is the final upgrade, the Romans bypass the two-handed swordsman, and instead of the champion, they age the legionary. So instead of, I have to do 2 tech switches, which would be the two-handed swordsman, which is an Imperial Age tech, as well as the champion line, you pay 880 food and like 400 or 500 gold for the legionary line. And the legionary line probably moves a little faster than the champion, just by default. They then have a +4 attack versus infantry. And because it's unique, but it's not unique in that it comes from the barracks. So that benefits because certain unit classes that benefit from unique units don't do extra damage to it. So the samurai doesn't do extra damage to it. But really, other than that, I guess that kind of nullifies that, because there's a lot of counter bonuses, counter attack / counter bonus to the infantry line, and I guess that's in each one. But anyways, the legionary benefits from the one of the more unique structures of the game, in that they're, which is the only reason why I got the Civ, their unique unit, the Centurion. The Centurion is an absolutely fantastic unit because, while extremely expensive, with Bloodlines, that's 130, and then the 3 Pierce Armor is insane. Like, for Castle Age, you could have a 5 Pierce Armor unit, and, I mean, it's glorious looking. So, that's huge too, because style equals winning. So, that all to say, and then there's the Legionary, right? They don't have supplies, and then they don't have... Sorry, that was an eagle. They don't have supplies, and they don't have gambesons, but inverse of that, as you can see to the left, they get double the effect of blacksmith upgrades, and while that may sound crazy and insane, and there's a lot of value to it, you basically get plate mail armor for free, because this is +4, both melee and pierce, and then when you move up to Legionary, it already comes with 2 pierce armor. So, that all to say, you more or less get a champion line for free. There's some of the upgrade costs, right? So you know. But their stable line is fantastic because you get the bare minimum upgrades, and then if you need to mass knights, you can, because their unique tech Komatenseis it gives a Custilier light effect, meaning you get +5 charge attack, but unlike the Custilier, my favorite unit in the game, they don't have to completely reset. So whatever the base attack is, so like a Centurion Elite fully upgraded is 19. When a Komatenseis upgrade is applied, which is +5, right? It would become a 24 attack, and then it would be a 19 when the dust settles. So, anyways, a lot of informative portions. The Bengalis, unique because they can go one of 2 routes. They can go all-in castle, or they can go boom town, and I think with like 20-30 elephant archers, they get like 6,000 HP. Now, elephant archers are notoriously weak, but in terms of attack, but they offer a lot in terms of just HP and raw power. The Bengalis also are more limited, or are limited by monks. Sorry, they are not affected by monks as much, opposing monks, because they have conversion resistance and 25% less bonus damage taken. So those skirmishers, and I'll bring that up in a second. And they also get a 25% attack bonus against skirmishers. Now, I've done a pretty decent job of massing the ability. Just call it mastering the ability to go fast castle on arena. I could do it really well with the Franks on any setting, but there's a reason why I kind of stopped playing them, and that's another point for another time. But you know, the pros, they will not put a single villager on stone, and they'll just go like 2 gold towards the later end of Dark Age, and then yeah, just food what. And generally, I mean, they know what they're doing, but they also go like 10 light cav, and they fight for the relics, and then like they're just booming behind the scenes. Pretty straightforward. But me, I like getting a castle up, and I also like getting to Castle Age as fast-ish as possible. And you know, I do want to get these relics, so that's what I'm going to go for. You'll notice that he kind of has a similar idea, but this goes to my point of why the Bengalis are sometimes an all-in castle age civ. The thing is, they have this unique unit called the Rata. Now, the Rata is a very interesting unit because it is a wood and gold unit. But what it offers is it can go range or melee. Now, as radical as that may sound, and they also get trample damage when they do melee, they take any damage against skirmishers. So whether in melee mode or in range mode, same damage, right? Now, the thing with this is this is a semi-hybrid means to essentially have a more tanky mobile unit that doesn't involve elephants or spamming light cav, and in effect allows them to just offer a little more punch. Their monastery line is fantastic. They get everything except heresy, and then their monks get +3 armor, +3 pierce armor. Their villagers, or sorry, their town centers can go 2 per age, so every new age they get 2 villagers. I don't know if there's a cap any longer, but there used to be a cap where you could only have up to 5 town centers, meaning the, let's see, we'll continue. Meaning, like, if you get 5 town centers, you can get 10 villas going into Imperial, and then they have a unique tech where they can go on a strict diet, and their civilians, so the vills, and their monks get 0.9% towards the population cap, meaning they could have 100 villagers, and like that's only 90 population. So something interesting, pretty good idea if you're an elephant civ, because you got to get huge in population to fund everything. Now, I was correct in that I figured that this guy could do some castle push or all-in castle, because the late game for this civ has value, but very predictable, and against my civ with the scorpions, he has 0 counter to the scorpions. So he figures, okay, I'm going to do an all-in push now that the initial overview and so forth is done. And so I kind of felt this would be more open. This would be more needed to have coverage, but I decided to put my castle over here, and there's a reason behind it. I wanted him to push in, and I wanted him to kind of test me. And there's a reason behind it, and it kind of goes back to my first vid where, like, I usually have a master plan lurking in the background. So, sometimes it's ebbs and flows and you gotta react, but I kind of plan to invite him to do this. So, here's what he wants to do, right? I trust my economy, and I trust my ability to fight through a canalized terrain feature, which is really just point A to B. And, you know, kind of bad micro. See, here's what he could have done. Another mining camp here, because now 3 villagers are going to be slower for res. He wants to punch in and do a lot of damage with Ratas. Well, how do you counter Ratas other than going skirmishers? My most hated unit in the game. It's like beta archers. And I respect archers. I can't use them as well as other people, simple as it sounds, it's not. So I figure, hey, I'm just gonna go boom eco. He took forever to punch through, which was nice, and you know, that may have been strategic on his part. Again, 60 wood, 60 gold. Because my whole thing is, I gotta make siege to counter, and then I'm gonna make monks to counter. So once when I get these 2 relics, look at this unit. We're gonna look at him in a second. This cape fluttering in the wind. So, yeah, he's just kind of piddling, paddling, wasting his time. I'm gonna start making a, let's see here, hold on. Okay, so this is what I see, right? I know he's coming around the bend, but it doesn't matter to me, because I have ideas, right? So, I may end up losing a bill, I may not. I don't think I did. So anyways, 1 mangonel. I moved my wood line over, so I just have one less thing to worry about. Yes, he had villager idle time for him, in terms of that favor, but I don't know why this spawned forward. I'm lucky he didn't go to melee mode or whatever, but I could have repaired. It doesn't really matter, right? So anyways, I get what I need. I get 3 relics, which is fantastic, because he took so long to come inside the base, so that's great. So now we're just going to go into my counter, right? And, unlike Arabia open maps, this isn't really the most needed in terms of, like, you know, not seeing everything, right? So he's just doing this, like, all-in, minimal wood, or minimal food, and all-in wood-gold composition. So I've got enough stone to do a counter castle, and there's a reason why I wanted to invite him to do this. He wasted a ton of res, and 2 monks, 2 centurions, and 1 mangonel is enough to stop everything this guy wanted to do. And so, this is like my plan, right? And so he's like, oh, I gotta do a counter castle, which is great. I'm normally not as petty when I discuss my opponent, but this guy just was really a sweat. So I'm like, that's cool. I may have gotten a build kill or 2. I definitely got a conversion, so take that, right? She's gonna die, but the goal is just to delay this. Granted, I should have gotten a kill, but that doesn't really matter. Like, it does, but it doesn't. So, okay, good. I got a couple kills, saved the monks, and then I'm just delaying this castle. So, in the meanwhile, I'm making battering rams, because I want to punch this dude in the face and get it down. So, anyways, again, being a little petty here, but that's just because this guy was such a sweat. So, that's fine. I'll beat him. So, anyways, right, I don't know what he's thinking, but I'm like, okay, I'll just scare you away with my bucks and take some castle layer of fire. He's not going to lose a unit. Oh, wow, he did. Okay, cool. I managed to save that, barely. So, sweet. I just got 120 resource for free. He lost at least 2 to 3 villagers. So, we're doing pretty solid, right? So, I've got 9 total kills, and at least 2 to 3 were villager kills. So, here's this guy's plan. All he wants to do is just constantly force military units at me. Some guys will just do 1-2 rams at a time. Me, I'm like, I'm not going to attack until I know I can take this thing down. So, the meanwhile, this is this guy's problem. You know, he's like, oh, I'm just so focused on attacking. Well, his eco is pretty trash. I mean, the gold is good. Wood is fine. But again, he's trying to do this wood gold combination. You know, that's cool and all, but I'm going to punish it. I didn't punish it earlier because I need to focus on trying to boom. It takes me a little bit. So I'm walling off the back, so he can't do anything cheeky over there. Generally everything's doing pretty good. We're getting another town center up. My gold is insane. I usually never have this much gold for everything else that goes on, but I made it a point to have as much wood and gold as I could myself, just so I could build some siege, but also like start to boom, right? And so at this point, I got 6 rams. He can't stop. So I figure, let's do this thing. Again, hate the pathing. I wish it would pop forward, because then it's just fun in time. But that doesn't really matter. So the original guy had like 7-8 villagers over here, and now he's only got like 5, right? So I'm only doing this to make sure he doesn't pop out a mangonel. He does pop out an armored elf, but that's not the biggest of deals. I'm stopping this monastery being built, so he can't convert my units, which he should have done that ages ago. And then at this point, I'm like, okay, I guess I'll just go attack the armored elephant. So I'm gonna go do that, get his villagers inside, and I don't care if I lose this round, I'll do this for free. So then he goes imp. What a mistake. I'm just gonna get 2 castles down. So I gotta hide my units from the castle fire. I'm just booming, right? Because I know I can hold this. There's nothing this guy can do to stop me, to be honest. So, okay, he takes out a ram or 2. I genuinely don't care, because I'm gonna get some villager kills. Yep, so he's trying to be all fancy and whatever, and that doesn't... It literally doesn't. He's gonna lose this castle. And I'm gonna get some more villager kills. I'm gonna get all 3 of these, actually. Kabam, dupe, and bop. And I may have saved this? I don't think I did that. Anyways, look at that cape. Even though I'm running away, it's still heroic. But anyways, yeah, I think I lose that guy. So anyways, I'm booming in the back. I'm trying to get more farms up. So you're going to see a ton going up. And my job at this point is... Alright, I'm going to go double monastery. And I'm going to convert any initial siege that he tries to commit. Because, yeah, I want more centurions. And I'm starting to make a couple more. But I know I'm probably going to lose this castle. Because this sweat just really wants to take me out. And, you know, he thinks with his little 3-town center castle age, but early imp aggression is going to do anything to me. And it's like, okay. So, I'm going to repair my rams. I lost 3 in the process, but that's why you make a ton. Because you're going to lose a couple. So, I'm not going to do one at a time. I'm just going to go all in, right? Get the momentum. So, at this point, I made a lot more farms. I want to keep making more. There's people who can do a lot, like more, like production and so on. But, you know, I'm starting to make more rams. Because you need 800 gold and 1,000 food to go up to Imperial. And I'm in no rush for Imperial, because I took out 2 castles. I don't care how many more he makes. I'll just take him out. His mistake was, with this little of a food eco, he can't make anything other than ratas, which would have been fine, but when I keep taking out your castles, you just lose all your production abilities. So anyways, he's gonna do this little... he's gonna do another plane. I won't say what, so that we can at least just see it as is. And I'm gonna do another push, because I'm like, you can try and do what you want to, but I don't care. And that's what we're gonna do. So, I'm definitely gonna lose that castle. It is what it is. And I probably could have waited a little longer to have committed to this. But I'm gonna do it. So I'm sending it. And I gotta send my monks forward, which I'll do eventually. And then I've got a few centurions ready to go. So this is just kind of, you know, something to do for now. And I want to get these units. Horrible pathing, oh my gosh. But I eat it and I survive. I get the mega. So it's like, hey, let's get some villager kills. I'm not going to stop this, per se. So I don't care. Bad pathing, bad micro, I end up losing a few monks, but I kill his monk. And then it's like, well, let's just start doing damage since this guy can't micro either, apparently. And I end up getting this treb. Look at that. Love tap. Dunzoed. So he just wasted, as this whole game is going, he's wasted so much res. Now, I should have clicked up to Imp a smidgen earlier, but I genuinely don't care. I'm just that confident to do this. Because it's like, okay, so he's just going to lose another 100 gold. And I think he deleted this unit, so I can convert it back. But now I'm just hanging out over here. Doesn't really matter. And I'm like, hey, I may as well get this relic. So I'll go get that soon. But I have total control. Score suggests I'm doing pretty well. Military kills, I'm at 12 military to his 2. And this is one of them. Again, it's a little sour, but I just don't care about losing the Centurion here during conversion because I just have control of the map. And then I get this one back. This is hilarious. Wrecked. Right on the ball dome. So I end up getting housed. He's gonna try and hit my rams, which, okay, that did 20 damage. That's unfortunate. Look at that. Such an epic unit. I keep magnifying this unit when they die or when they're running away. Whatever. So, yeah, we're a little bottlenecked at the moment. I don't even realize how good my res is right now, but I kind of don't care. So here we go, right? Got 8 of these guys. This should be enough to clean up some on the house. We're just gonna kind of little bad management here, but yeah, it's okay. I'm gonna get this monk before he can convert, and then his whole thing is pike. Well, not only are they unupgraded, but this unit is gonna smoke these. Yeah, they have little cavalry units. That doesn't put anything there. Like literally a feudal age unit. So buy Treb, and why not? Let's go and take this castle out. So that's cool. But okay, so let's look at him, right? Again, not a lot going for him. So this is what he decided to do, and that's fine by me because I'll just take you out. And anyways, yeah, being overly aggressive for no reason. So okay, I'm gonna make a tech switch. I'm gonna start building the full Roman composition, and with this many rams, he won't be able to stop it. And suppose he did, out pops the trub, and goodbye goes the castle. Do we even need a treb ball? Yes, we do. And yeah, I needed to do this. Not really, but it's kind of funny to just do the same thing he did to me. Like, yup, you can't come through here with your units, and goodbye. So that guy wanted to repair it. Yeah, that'd be fun. Little Bob builder building the whole castle, repairing it by himself. So now he goes, oh, I should expand. And could I have steamrolled this guy? Yes. But I wanted to send a message of, I'm gonna just outproduce you, and I'm gonna go full in on this Roman build. So you'll notice, well, it's nice to get that before the conversion happens, but you'll notice the double armor upgrade. So scale mail, we went from 1-1 to 1-2, 1-2, and then that at the moment is all we can do. So I'm gonna keep getting housed for a little bit. I'm still making villagers because it's just such a, I guess, such a priority for me. You know, as an infantry Sith, you would think, oh, I could just spam infantry and be good. But without supplies, it's 60-20 res, 80 res compared to most 65. Yeah, I just got really petty this game. That's not my style. It just made me mad, so he's like, oh, he's going infantry, I'll go archer. And I think, okay, not that I knew that. This is what I saw. So, I know he's got something in mind. I don't care to steamroll, because, you know, I know I could play with my food. So that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to go full in Legionary, and I'm going to go full in Centurion. Now, something that I didn't mention earlier, is I want to mention it later. So the Centurion and Legionary, look at that, beefcake. And the noise that it makes when they attack is so satisfying. They do more of a stab and also a backhand. So it's like a thrust and then it's a slash at the same time. So pretty nice. Where are we at now? 34? That's pretty good. We're house populated again. So anyways, what this does is when the regular model, the regular Legionary, I'm being petty again. Regular Legionary and a regular Centurion, it's like 10-10, like 10% movement speed, 10% attack rate. But yeah, I'm going straight for the marks. There. And, you know, you're probably going to talk trash, but he knows what I'm about. So, I mean, he knows the score. Yeah. And, okay, an Arbalaster, congrats.
Salve.
I'm not scared. So anyways, but with the elite version, I think it's either 20, yeah, it's like 20-20, right? 20 movement speed. And then that's what the Centurion does. The bromance of it all. Look at those unit crests. Fantastic. and the horse is whinnying and doing its thing. So anyways, I'm about to just steamroll this dude. Just got a couple trebs hanging out in the back. Wanted to build more ramps for it, but I just want to get my units up. And I'm just taking my sweet patty time, because I know I've got this game down, but again, want to send a message. You want to be a sweat in the castle early on? You think you can take me out that early? Sometimes it happens. Then that's fine, but I'm not going to just let you have your way and get away with it. I'm going to send a message. So, okay. So now these units move faster and they attack faster. And then the Centurion is fully upgraded, which is so fantastic. Kidding, I got competencies. So it's going to add +5 to their attack. And there's that little white bar, which is the charge. He should have committed, he would have gotten that. I feel like I'm going to lose this one. So sad. Okay, good, I did. Okay. So I'm gonna siege ram this dude, and because again I could trap, but that's not what I want to do. So let's see how many arbalesters he's at. He's at 37. Alright, 38. You know, objectively that's pretty good. But again, I got way too into this. So here we go. Let's load up the boys. Few villagers being idle, but whatever. And then I'm also gonna... Oh, I already did that. So, doesn't really matter. But I'm gonna get some more stone, because why not? I got that. Look at that. 40 arbalesters and almost 3 volleys. And then here we go, right? So, you know, I'm gonna go around. It's whatever. But then I just decide, no, let me on garrison and send the horde in. So this is pretty solid. Okay, with micro, maybe he would have lived, but shredding. Yeah, because this is going to do some damage. And then I realized, why not? So I just keep on garrisoning it, taking it down. Again, I got way too into this. Petty class. Probably gonna be the title of this video. Because even though it was a good game, I just got too into it, and so, you know, we're just gonna do it, right? He's got absolutely nothing at home to stop us. Absolutely. And his farming eco is legit now. Yeah. Okay, that's what it is. Before we continue, yeah, this is why I boomed. Doing great. There's the 5th one. Followed through on that. Now we're just gonna punch through and finish this guy. He's got the villager production, and he had all the stone at home. But he just wanted to take mine or the middle, and that's fine. But that'll do it. So he really started to boom when it was too late. If he could have managed aggression and booming, or some combination, then he would have been fine, right? So, I had over 40 units, 50 units in the queue, so, very fun. But, yep, I did not lean into the scorpions at all, because I kind of figured I could take this guy with just, you know, rams, hold off in the castle age, and then get my centurion numbers up. So, really nice. It's a pretty cool university. Didn't even build one. But yeah, so now there's nothing that's going to stop these villagers from going down. And he had a lot of res just hanging out at his base. I just think once when he lost, what was that, 4 castles earlier? I feel like he just kind of more or less stopped caring, so it works for me.
Salve. TB
Well, that makes some sense. Anyways, oh, also competences, it speeds the training time for Centurions.
Salve.
Sorry, Centurions, Legionaries, and the Night Line. But the Night Line caps off at Cavalier. So anyways, really solid. Almost triple the KD ratio, 7 times the buildings, and in all of his troubles, he got 1 castle out of it. He converted 4 units, but I also converted a decent amount back. Wow, those 39 arbalesters were his military, so. Okay. I did have the 5th one, I just didn't return it at the time. So anyways, fun game. Probably over petty, but I had to send that message, so. Until next time, thanks.